guys, happy Tuesday and Transformation Tuesday. This has been such a fun day because there are countless transformation stories that are rolling out because majority of my crew, my workout posse, my challenge group is completing day 30 of Core de Force, and their transformations have been remarkable. And I wanted to come on and be completely transparent and upfront with you guys. Hey Sarah, you are one of them. You have amazing results and I can't wait to show yours too. And feel free to share them below too, because I know that's such a huge inspiration for many people. But I'm on day 29 and I want to talk about why I am a day behind everybody, because I think this happens more times than not. And I get a lot of questions from my coaches, my customers, my clients. Like, what do I do when I fall off the program, when I fall off the calendar because I got sick, I had a sick kiddo, I didn't get much sleep, I went on vacation, I took a long weekend, I just wasn't feeling it, you know, whatever thing in between. And my number one thing to people is don't allow those things to be an excuse to completely derail you. Now, you know, these programs are awesome in that they are designed to work when you follow them from start to finish. But not everybody lives in a perfect world when start to finish is exactly day 1 and exactly day 30. Sometimes, just sometimes, a 30-day program might take you 32 days, 35 days, 40 days, heaven forbid, right? And sometimes a 60-day program takes you 75 days because life happens. Shit happens. You know, that's just kind of the way things have to go. And if you're striving for balance, which majority of us should be, unless you're training for something specific like a figure competition or a marathon, you need to be a little bit more regimented, then, you know, being able to just kind of let life happen and deal with it as it comes is really, it's really interesting to navigate through, and how you overcome those little hiccups can help build you up and propel you into better results because you don't let them derail you. Now, you know, years ago, ask me if I got sick or I went on vacation, it would take me probably a good week to get back into things because I was completely unmotivated, right? But, you know, for now, because I have this group to check in with, I am so excited to get back and to be on routine. And so here's an example of why I wanted to bring up this topic, because like I said, a lot of people ask me, what do I do when I get sick? How should I get back into things? Do I start off where I left off? Do I start all over again? What do I do? So if you've got those same questions or maybe a unique situation, post it below. If you're on me live, I'd love that you're here. So thank you so much. I see Christine's on too, and a couple other eyeballs, but it's not showing me who's on live. So if you're watching live, hi. If you're catching the recording, I'd love to hear from you too. I want to make sure that you feel like this is applicable to you. If you've ever felt that you've fallen off course for whatever reason, because life, right? And you know what you do to get back on track can really alter the way you look at your next program or your next commitment of any sort. So, and this could be, this is applicable to anything, whether you go to Orange Theory or yoga or you do a Beachbody program. I don't care what it is. It's more of the mental relationship that you have and the association you have to what is the, you know, what's on the flip side of that, you know, the attachment to the results, right? So if you know, do that constantly and you fall off the rails after a week and then you take a week to get back on. I mean, you can't really take a 30-day program and turn it into a 60-day program unless you are consistent with those actions. If you're consistent with those workouts and consistent with, you know, that program. So I know that's kind of starting to get a little bit here and there, but anyways, let me talk to you about what you do. So I'll give it to you in an example for me. I was away, as you guys probably saw, on a fantastic long weekend with some really great friends. We had 7 kids, 4 adults. We had this beautiful place in the woods in Eastern Washington, and we just had a great time. I knew that weekend was coming up. I did think I could be a little bit more dialed in with the nutrition, but my neighbor makes amazing baked goods, and I just couldn't resist the cookies after them sitting on the counter for as long as they did, and also just a little snacky shit. I mean, that stuff is just so easy, especially when it's there. It's a little bit, a handful of this, a little bit of that, and it adds up. You know, everything you put in your mouth starts to add up, which is why today I am back to writing down everything I'm eating, and I'll tell you about what I'm doing afterwards. But this is going to be what I'm going to talk to you guys about, how to get back onto things. But, those things add up. And so you have to kind of mentally plan for it in the event that you do kind of fall off the wagon a little bit. So my whole intention was, okay, I know I'm going and I've got 3 of the days that I need to work out, because we worked out obviously the day before we left from home. And then when I was there, I had to work out. But my kid got sick. One of my kids got sick while I was there, and she was miserable. And so sleep didn't happen on the first night we were there. My husband and I maybe got like 3 hours of sleep because she was up being sick. It sucked. But the next day, there was other kids that wanted to go out and have fun. And so fortunately, we were able to divide and conquer. Got kids going off here and over there. And then I had to stay home with babies that were napping. And so I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to go do a workout. So I did it. I knew I would feel better despite how sleep deprived I was. Now, in retrospect, it probably wasn't like my best workout. And I'm the type that, like, if I'm going to work out, everything has to be dialed in. Like, I don't just work out to earn being able to eat a cookie later or earn my cocktail later. Like, I can't have that relationship anymore because it just doesn't do any good. Like, I don't work out to go drink my vodka and LaCroix. I don't work out to go eat a piece of cake. Like, I work out because it makes me feel good internally, and it also prompts me to eat better. So, granted, I wasn't terrible. I mean, I wouldn't say I ate like a 2 out of 10. And maybe you ate like a 6 out of 10. It could have been worse, right? But it is what it is. So I did, it was day 27. I did day 27 while we were there. Sunday was our recovery day, so I didn't even really work out. It started to snow, and so we went out and about and took the kids. I walked around a little bit, so, it was kind of my recovery. And then Monday, we actually stayed an extra day, and it snowed, and it was so much fun, and I knew, you know what, when I get home, it's just chaos when you get home. Kids still have to go and do stuff when we got home, unpack. I wasn't going to dive into my workout because it just wasn't feeling it, right? So 2 days off from my workout program, and I'm starting to get in my head going, oh my God, I'm going to be miserable because I'm not following it to a T like I really, really wanted to. And, my nutrition fell over the weekend, and you could totally get that. You see how that like downward spiral starts? And then you start getting down on yourself. You start talking poorly about yourself. You start looking in the mirror going, oh my God, I'm so bloated. Look at that. Ugh, I just gained 10 pounds. And like, nobody gains 10 pounds in a weekend, even if you totally ruin it. Yeah, you could probably put an extra pound or 2 on the scale, but 9 times out of 10, it's water retention. And I knew just that. It was mostly water retention, looking back in the mirror, because I didn't dare step on the scale. I knew better. But looking in the mirror, I'm like, I just feel fluffy, and it's water retention. And today, new day, I'm drinking water, and I'm moving on. So what did I do? And what do you do if you get sick, your kid gets sick, you go on vacation, whatever it might be, and say you can't take your workouts and you don't necessarily have control of your environment, as long as, it's like a short period of time. I'm saying if you go on a 10-day vacation and you're in the middle of a program, kind of hard to take 10 days off and then jump back in and finish it. I would suggest plan accordingly around that vacation. Like if you're leaving for a 10-day, 2-week vacation, maybe don't start the program 10 days into it if you're not going to, or 10 days before, if you're not going to take it with you. Hey, Jennifer! If you're not going to take it with you on your trip, right? So for me, I knew like this was going to be a weekend. And for most every other program, we haven't been anywhere where I've been able to take it with me and have absolute control of my workout routine and my nutrition. Not that I didn't have control. I just knew that my decisions would be different because, you just kind of want to enjoy it. You want to have fun and have a little bit of balance. And that's exactly what my intention was in anything that I'm doing, is balance. I don't ever want to live with regret. I don't ever want to sit there and go, God, you're so fat. I can't believe you did that, and get down on myself and start talking negative and getting in my head, because that's just not a healthy relationship to have. And I'm not looking to, have this certain image, this figure competitor image, if that's not what I'm going to commit to, right? So knowing that I was going to be gone for the long weekend, or knowing that I've had sick kids here and there and sleep maybe has been compromised a little bit, what you have to do is just own that time. Own the time you need to deal with yourself being sick, being away out of your own environment and control of your nutrition as much as you are not. And you know what? You just dismiss that time and say, you know what? It's been 1 or 2 days. Great. I ended up on day 25. I'm going to pick up day 26 when it's technically day 27, right? No big deal. Who cares? You just have to be able to show up. That's half the battle, is actually getting back on the horse and continuing to push through your program instead of going, oh my God, well, I made it through day 25, screw it. I'm going to start a whole new program, after a week and just not do anything in between. Like, no, just give yourself 2 days, recover, get back from your trip, whatever it is, and then get back on it. And that's exactly what I decided today. I said, you know what? Yesterday was kind of a wash. We traveled back, getting the kids settled. I wasn't into it. I didn't want to go work out, so I wasn't going to pretend that I was going to do it and do a half-ass workout. I wanted to really jump into day 29 with purpose and with good intentions, and that always helps me start my day. So that's why I like doing 5 a.m. workouts, because I can start my day off better and my nutrition is more apt to be in line when, excuse me, versus when I do it maybe in the middle of the day and I'm just off, right? You kind of feel like when you're not in your own space, you're just off. So, anyway, so I started the day off with a 5 a.m. workout. We crushed it. I felt great, was sweating buckets. And I got out my pen and paper and I said, you know what? These next 2 days at a minimum and at least through the end of the week, I am going to write down everything I'm eating and make sure that it follows in line with my portion fix plan. And that's exactly what I'm doing. And I said, if you guys follow my Instagram stories, I talked about my intermittent fasting. Now I'm doing that 2 to 3 times a week just because I see a difference in myself. I just see that I have better control over decisions during the day. But I also like to keep my body guessing. I think everybody's different. Some people do great when they follow a schedule for the same time every single day and they eat the same thing. Great. I get bored out of my mind. I need to have some diversity in my meal plan as well as my workouts. That's why I love these workouts, because they're different every day. So 2 to 3 times a day, I intermittent or 2 to 3 times a week, I do intermittent fasting. So I had my last meal last night at 7. Sorry, dry throat. Must be because it's so cold and dry here. Anyways, so my last meal last night was an amazing salad from Bounty Kitchen here in Seattle and Queen Anne. If you guys have not been to that place, it's amazing. And they deliver to Uber Eats deliver. So if you guys have Uber Eats that delivers in your area and you're close to Queen Anne, you got to try Bounty Kitchen. It's amazing. But I felt like a salad last night. Just wanted to end my day off with something good. I'm not going to go and throw it all and be like, well, I'm just going to eat pizza and eat half a tub of ice cream and, drink excessively. Like, that's not really how I cap off my weekends anymore. But I just knew that since I wasn't in it for the workout, at least I need to make better decisions for my meals. So then when I start the next day, I don't feel so terrible about myself because I completely blew it. So, but that takes time, you guys. You have to slowly be able to morph into these different relationships and these different behaviors, because it can't happen overnight. And I'm not going to say I'm perfect, because I was kind of snacking a little bit yesterday, but I just knew that I didn't want to end my evening eating a bunch of shit, because it's super easy to do. So got up, did our workout, I had my Energize, I had my Recover drink, and hi Isabel, hey Joey, and I had my butter coffee. So I do have something in my stomach. I feel like the healthy fats from the butter, and I have a little bit of coconut oil in my coffee. I have 2 cups, but I measure out my butter coffee because I need to make sure I follows in my teaspoon count through my portion fix. I had my butter coffee, and then come about 11 o'clock, that was my first meal, and I had 2 eggs and a piece of toast, and by then I was ready for it. And then about 2 hours later, I had my shake. And I added blueberries, I had half a banana, I added some diatomaceous earth, some raw cashews, and chia seeds, and then I just got a big bag of that kale super greens from Costco because I had my Instacart delivered today. And I dumped a bunch of that in, and I had to share it with my little shake monster. She stole it from me, and so I was pleased to share it with her. But that was my 1 p.m. snack. So I had to get in my greens. I had to get in a couple purples. Well, 1 purple. I had to get in my protein. And then I'll be doing another meal here shortly. Probably like the next 15 minutes, I'm going to have another meal. And we have some leftover salmon from the weekend, which the salmon turned out great. I need to get more veggies in. So I'm on point. And so my goal is to eat all of my containers within an 8-hour window. So my last meal last night was 7, and so I'm going about a 16-hour fasting till 11 a.m. And then my last meal again is going to be about 6 o'clock tonight, 6:30. Depending on when I get home from dropping kids off at their activities and picking other ones up. So that's just going to work for me today. That's not every single day. I don't live a lifestyle of intermittent fasting. And I'm not saying that it's for everybody, because it took a lot for me to kind of warm up to the idea and actually try it. And I'm the type that just wants to try things. I'm not eliminating certain food groups out of my diet. I am not starving myself. I'm not whatever else kind of comes with the idea of, like, you know, elimination diets or dieting in general. I'm just condensing my intake into a smaller window and going a longer period of time. Metabolism's going to change. And I know that my metabolism will change and will be fired up when I've got a small window of time to consume all those good foods. And then I have a long window of time for my body to utilize all that as energy and be in a fat burning mode. And especially since this week is all mostly cardio, I'm doing body weight movements. I'm not lifting weight. Now, if I was weight training, I probably wouldn't intermittent fast. I'm doing cardio moves. So I'm just using my body, my own energy, you know, so it's working for me. And I'll continue to let you guys know what I think. If you've got specific questions about it, I'm happy to share my experience. I'm not saying I'm an expert on intermittent fasting. There's a lot of really great information out there, and I'm happy to point you in the right direction. But just know what, you know, you are willing to try and do, as long as it aligns with what your goals are, right? So, you know, the moral of the story, so I'm on day 29, whereas the rest of my group, my team, my crew that finished up Quarter Force with me, remember at the very beginning, we were committed 100%. We all signed contracts that we were committed to doing this program from start to finish. And that was always my intention. And even so now, I mean, I missed a day, a big deal, right? So I'm picking back up on day 29 today. I did it this morning, and tomorrow will be day 30. And then I will do my end results as far as what I was accomplishing in 30 days. Now, I've been pretty upfront in that, again, I'm striving for balance. So I'm not expecting to have a massive weight loss. I don't need to lose a bunch of weight. I definitely want to lean out, and I want to see maybe some changes. Everybody wants to see a change on the scale, but I might not see a change on the scale because I'm still breastfeeding. So you never know what your hormones are going to do on any given day, right? I'm hopeful that I will see maybe a couple inches lost. But again, I'm not looking to completely change that because I've evolved so much in the last year since I had our last baby. So for me, it's just balance. It's a lifestyle now, and it's continuing to just make little tweaks here and there that might help shave off half an inch here or there on my waist, on my hips, on my thighs. Maybe different decisions that I make with food just so I can continue to improve. Maybe try new things. Push myself harder in a workout, not lift weight for 30 days and see what happens, and do all cardio. Try new programs, that's all the rage. Obviously Beachbody, because I'm a Beachbody coach. So that's my ultimate goal. And so I'm excited because I know I've lost inches. I've lost, I won't even say what I've lost so far. I'll leave that for the next, after tomorrow. I will do my results on, tomorrow is Wednesday, so Thursday I'll reveal my results once I get up in the morning. I like to do all my measurements and scale stuff in the morning. I just feel like that's your best time to do your scale and your measurements and photos. So I will do that on Thursday and let you guys know. But I do know that I've seen improvements. I'm going to be doing another round, as you guys know, and I am taking a small group of people through with me. Now, if you're not ready for Quarter Force, totally understand. I don't know why you wouldn't be. It's a blast. You don't need any equipment. I'm doing the deluxe calendar, but I do have a handful of people that want to go back and do weight training. So they're going to do 21-day fix, or they're going to do a hybrid and add different programs within the Quarter Force workouts, which there's a hybrid calendar, and I'm going to help a couple people put those together. So I'm going to take a small group through the next 30 days. It's going to carry us through the holidays, particularly Christmas and New Year's, and then we're going to start our next health bet. There's a new health bet, you guys, starting January 9th, and we're going to have a group teed up for that as well. So stay tuned with details on that. But I wanted to share with you guys the events of my weekend and what I did to come back and jump back into things so I could finish off and feel like I really accomplished something in 30 days instead of being half-ass or, you know, getting to day 27 and throwing in the towel and going, oh, well, screwed up, you know, overindulged. You know what? It's going to happen. And I think that's totally normal. And as long as you're willing to own it and not let it derail you, you can move on and you can still see really, really great things. So I want to encourage you guys to just change that relationship that you have with that action, that vacation you go on, or the long weekend you have, or a sick kiddo, like, doesn't have to throw you off course. You should also succumb to that. You know, if you do have a sick kiddo, like, be a mom, be there for that kiddo. If you're sick yourself, take time to heal and get better so you can dial it in and you can go hard at your workout as soon as you're better. You know, and I feel a little bit of a hypocrite behind that because I do push through. I tend to push through when I get sick. But if I have no energy, obviously I will give a day of rest, and then I'll just pick back up the next day. So anyways, you guys, I hope that was helpful for you. I know it's helpful for me to be able to share where I'm at so you guys can kind of see a spot for yourself and go, okay, it's almost like she gave me permission to do that. It's not such a bad thing to be able to go on a long weekend, enjoy life a little bit, and know that I can just get back on things when I get back home. Or take it with you and still be on track, but maybe having a little bit of fluff space, a little bit of fluff room for it, right? So I really hope that you guys are enjoying the results that you see rolling out. I have some more to share, and I am going to share it because you know what? I'm so proud of these people. These people have taken this, hey Jen, have taken Jessica, oh my goodness, yay. These people committed and maybe have not ever committed to something this intense for 30 days. This intense meaning like full-on commitment for 30 days, and as a result, they're losing tons of inches. I mean, hopefully you guys saw that I posted Amber's results, 13 inches. It goes to show that the scale does not necessarily tell the whole story. The photos and the measurements do. She lost 5 pounds, but she's also a nursing mom. She dealt with a sick kiddo. She had, you know, sickness run through her household. She had a birthday. She had Thanksgiving. We all went through Thanksgiving together with this program, but there's so many things that came up in this program that she could have used as an excuse and totally just tabled it, but yet she persevered, she went through it, and she completed the program. Day 30 today for her, lost 13 inches. 13 inches overall and 5 pounds down. So I love sharing the inches versus necessarily the weight loss because it's always different. Sarah had incredible results too. She lost, I think, like 6.8 pounds and close to 7 inches. So everybody's different because we all carry things differently. And these are busy moms, guys. Like, these are moms that, you know, have every excuse not to take care of themselves. And these are moms that are finally putting themselves first. And that's what I think is important for all of us. Whether you're a mom or not a mom, you could work for yourself. You could be busy traveling the country like Miss Jessica is. Jessica, I know you travel the country and you find downtime for yourself. And I think that is so important. But we can't dismiss putting ourselves first in some capacity. So I challenge you to find that strength in yourself to do it and commit to something, whatever it is for you, whatever that commitment is for you. Going to the gym for 6 weeks, going to a yoga class, doing something that commits you to a schedule of sorts for a certain amount of time. And I recommend committing to something for 30 days at a minimum because it takes 21 days to create a new habit. But beyond that, you have to be consistent and continue to show up and do that activity so you can see results. Like, great to do something for 21 days, but then what? You can't stop. You got to keep going, right? So I do recommend sticking with some sort of activity for 30 days, whatever it is, whether you're going to do a Beachbody program with me and join my next challenge group on the 12th, or you're going to go and commit to doing a 4-week boot camp at your gym, or you're going to go to Orange Theory and you're going to go every day for 4 weeks, whatever it is, right? Find whatever is your jam and do it, and give it your all, commit, and make this the best holiday season that you can, that you feel proud about, knowing that you're not going into 2017 going, now I got to start over because I unraveled all my hard work from the beginning of the year. So let's change that so you can do all the hard work now going into 2017 like, cool, all right, I don't have all these regrets of I got to start over. I got to have a New Year's resolution. I got to drop all this weight. I got to get back into my pants because I put all the weight back on and now I can't fit in them anymore. So my New Year's resolution is to get back into my skinny jeans. Like, no, why don't you go into New Year's wearing your skinny jeans, feeling pretty damn proud of yourself that you're not now any of those statistics, and you can leave that statistic behind. How about that? All right, you guys. Hey, Brandy. Oh, Troy. What's up, buddy? Thanks, you guys, for catching on. And yes, you're starting another round, Brandy. I'm so proud of you. I'm going to be starting on Monday. So if you want a spot in my group, please let me know. Send me a direct message, comment below, whatever you got. But I'm excited for you guys to see the rest of the results that are rolling out. And I hope this helped you in figuring out what you can do when you fall off your plan or your program for a couple days here and there, and how you can get back on and be successful without completely derailing. So with that, you guys, thanks so much for hanging out with me, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.